All right, so I think I'm ready right now. My system is kind of troubling me for last around half an hour. So I'm trying to set it off. So good morning guys. This morning for me is 9:30. Well, it's 9:36 right now. I kind of trying to set up my system for a long time. Well, it's 9:36 in the morning and I'm really excited. I just need to think what I'm going to do today, and we will basically write a lot of code today, and I'm really excited. We are going to really dive into the spring world of programming, and we're going to write a lot of code. So I hope you guys are excited as well. So I just I went to sleep late yesterday, so I did wake up late, and I woke up around 7 o'clock. I had my tea. I just walk around my garden, and I'm really enjoying it right now at my native. It's winter here. It's really cold. It's so cold here. It's basically December, and December in my native is really cold. And you know that this is COVID time. We all are at home, and I'm really enjoying at my home because I love those greeny trees around me, and I just love to walk around my garden, and I just really love that. And December, winter, being a native, recording a video for you guys makes me excited. Okay, I'm so excited. I'm sorry. So what are we going to do today? We are going to do a lot of coding, as I said. So this is the thing that we have built yesterday. So I need to plan out. So first thing, okay, before planning out something, I can see the data that I'm getting just right here. Okay, this data we are getting from our backend, isn't it? And we are just populating it. Basically, if I will go to my JSP page, well, I'm just printing that model attribute that I'm sending from my controller, which is this one. Perfect. So this is the attribute which is actually carrying my list, and this list I'm just printing here. That's why it is basically, printing the list for me. Okay. But I don't want it in this way. This is not user friendly. We are going to make it look good. Okay. Let's first create a table, and let me view this as a tabular format. Then we are going to pull in some bootstrap, and we will style our application. Okay. We'll style our page. But before that, let me close all these things. This DAO IMPL, the config class. I already have in browser. I don't want to have it here. Already one is there, right? And this Pojo class also I want to close. All right, so right now this particular page is this guy right here. I just don't want to print it. I'm actually going to loop over this particular object, this particular list object, and I'm going to get my student. I mean, this is going to contain a whole bunch of students, around 5 students that it is containing, isn't it? So 1, 2, 5, there are 5 students. So right now I'm going to loop over this particular list, and I'm going to get my student one by one, and I want to print it, their name, their address, their ID, and maybe their country, just right here in this particular page. So to loop over this particular collection in a JSP page, as you know, we will be needing a JSTL. We'll be needing the JSTL library, and we will be actually looping over, means we'll be using a for loop. So for loop, JSTL provided us for each tag. Okay, we can use that. So if I'll go to my pom.xml, I don't remember. I did have my JSTL. Where is my JSTL? I remember I had my JSTL. We have our JSTL just right here. Okay, so now I'm going to use this JSTL, and I'm going to take the advantage of that. Okay, so to use JSTL in the JSP page, first thing I need to do, I need to do what? I need to have my JSTL tag library here, isn't it? So let's go ahead and pull it. So where is my JSTL tag library? First of all, let me go to my Safari browser, and I'll create a new window, and I'll go for JSTL tag lib. Let me hit that. I'll be getting the tag lib somewhere. Tutorial points, tutorial point. Yeah, I can go here. Well, this is the tag lib I want. I don't want to type it manually. Okay, so basically what I'm gonna do, I will go back to my Eclipse, and I'm gonna paste my tag lib just right here, and there you go. my JSTL is right now activated for my JSP page. So if I'll do a Control S, and if I will use C colon for each, can I use it? Yes, there you go. C colon for each coming from my JSTL package. So somebody was asking me yesterday why I'm writing C colon for each. Okay, can I write D colon for each? Obviously, because the tag lib that you are putting just right here, you are writing the prefix as C. If you're going to make it D, do Command S. If I'm going to hit Control space, you will not get any option. But if you'll say D colon, then obviously you will start getting all the option because I have made the prefix as D. So let me change the prefix to C and let me say C colon for each, because I am going to use a for each loop to loop over my collection. And who is my collection? This guy is my collection. Let me do Control X and let me say items. This guy is containing my items. Okay, now from this I am going to get my student one by one. So I'll say what is that? Var. Okay, I will try to extract the student one by one from this list and I'm going to store it here. So I'm going to say, sorry, I'm going to say here student. And now basically I can try to print this particular student, right? So can I print something just like this student is obviously going to be holding some dynamic data. I want to print it, so I need to make sure I'll put it inside a curly brace. I'll do Control B, I'll do Command S. The error is gone, and this is not an error, as I said. Close your JSP, open your JSP again, and there you go, the error is gone. Then right now I can just remove these extra lines that I have, and there you go, I'm ready. Okay, so right now data coming soon, I can remove it. My data are already there, so it's not coming soon, we have developed it already. So there you go. Okay, so now what we need to do, we need to go to the home page, we'll do a refresh and let's see it. Okay, so right now we are not getting some kind of list. Are we getting some kind of list? Okay, let me save it and let me wait till my server kicks in. My server, let my server to reload the changes. Now I'll go here, I'll do refresh. Let's see the data right now. Okay, it is still showing me in this format, isn't it? Cool. So let me do one thing. After, where is my JSP? This is my JSP, right? Let me drag it to here. Okay, so after each time I'm going to print a student, I'm going to give a break. So let me write a BR here, Command S, let me go there, let me refresh, let me see the changes. Well, there you go. There you go. So I have 5 number of students. Perfect. So I'm looping over all those 5 students and I'm going to print it just right here. But I don't want to print it just like this. It's not that user friendly. So maybe I can just directly print the ID, name, mobile, and country. The way I can do it, I can say here student, okay, the student object. And if I'll go to the Pojo, where is my Pojo? My API, go there, this is my Pojo, right? Let me drag it to here, somewhere here, okay? And okay, so there you go. So now I will say student dot, first of all, I will just try to get the ID. So I'll say student dot ID. And the next thing, I will copy that. The next one I'll be needing here, the student dot name. Let me copy the name. I want to also print student name. The next one I want to print is mobile. Copy that, and I'll say Command V, and I'll just copy it. I'll paste it just right here, and I'll just cut it and I'll paste it just right here. Similarly, let me copy it for one more time, and this is going to be my country. So let me copy the property here called country. And whenever I'm going to say country here, it is going to get me the student country. Okay, so I'm just directly printing the ID, name, mobile, and country. So whenever I'll say student.id, internally it is going to call the get ID method. Internally the getter will be called and it is going to return me the ID. So whenever you are saying ID here, internally the getter of your poster will be called. Why? Because imagine I'm writing ID here, but hold on, this ID is a private variable, so it will not expose the data. So how I'm going to get the data? Because internally JSP is going to do what? Whenever you are saying ID, name, mobile, country, it is going to call the get ID, get name, get mobile, get country method, and it is going to get me the data. So let's see that whether it is happening or not. Let me close it. Let me go back to here. First of all, let me save this particular file. Let me go here and let me refresh the page. Cool. Right now I'm getting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is my name, this is my mobile, and this is the country. This is the country for Sudhir. Okay, and similarly I have Priya, I have this mobile, I have this country. Okay, so perfect. So now the data are just right here, pretty perfect. I can see the data. Now why not? I will make it populated as a tabular format. As I have shown you in the wireframe itself, we are going to put our data like this way. Okay, as a table. So how to create a table here? Obviously we'll be using HTML table, isn't it? So let me go ahead and let me use HTML table to populate my data just like this. Right now I have some raw data. Let me style it. Okay, so I will go again back to my Eclipse, and right now I'll go back to my student list. And here what I will do, first of all, let me bring my Eclipse to here, my editor to here, and my web page to here. And here I want to build a table, right? So table and table. I'll put this table just right. I'll just end it just right here. Okay, there you go. Let me move this up. Let me move this guy up as well. So right now my C4H is there inside a table. So inside my table and table, my for is there. Let me do Control S. Let me refresh it. Can I see any changes? No. Okay, so let me give a border to this table. Border equal to 1, Command S, refresh it. Can I see the border? Well, here is something, but I cannot see it. Okay, no problem. So right now, let me create some row for my table. Okay, obviously I'll be creating a row. This is going to be my ID. This is going to be my name. This is my mobile. This is my country. So I need to show some kind of header here, that ID, name, mobile, country. So I'll do what? I will come over here and I will say T head, and I will write the T head end, and inside the T head and T head I'm going to create a row, maybe a TH. Okay, TH stands for T head maybe. So right now we are going to write our head just right here. Can I write something here? Command S. Why it is giving me a warning? TH. Okay, let me go simply for TR. TR, and TR is going to be a row. So the first row is going to be a ID. Let me copy it few times. Copy that, Control C, and go there. Control B, Control V, Control V, and I'm going to change this to name. I'll change this to mobile. I will change this to country. Okay, Command S, refresh the page. Well, ID, name, mobile, country. Okay, but I am not. So I have my rows here. ID, name, mobile, country, but it looks horrible because the T head maybe this guy is not working. Why? Can I write TD here? TD, and TD. And can I write TD and TD just right here? Obviously, this is going to be inside a TR. I'm sorry. The TR is basically stands for the row. Inside row will have column. Yeah, I'm sorry. Now the error should go away. Oh, okay, sorry. Perfect. So right now I'm getting ID, name, mobile, and country. Basically, I'm writing TR and TR. That stands for a row. So we are creating a row here. So inside this row we'll have a few columns: ID, name, mobile, and country. That's why I'm writing TD inside this row. So this row have 4 columns. So one row has 4 columns: ID, name, mobile, and country. But hold on, now still there are some problems. So why I'm not able to put my data inside? So this is going to be my header, isn't it? This is going to be my header, and on below that header I'm going to display this data, right? So how to do that? Obviously, all this row that I'm going to get for a student should be placed under this. Okay, so what I'm going to say here, for each row for each time you are going to iterate over this loop, make it a new row. And I don't want this BR as well right now, because I'm going to create a new row for each record. Okay, so each time my for loop is going to be executed for each iteration, each student object is going to be a new row for me. So that's why I'm writing tr and tr just right here. So tr and tr, and these columns, this data will be my td. So I'll say td and td end. These are going to be the column for me, td and td end. Simple HTML, guys. Td end, and this is also going to be a column for me, td and td end. Let me end my td here, and obviously let me write one more time, td and td end. Okay, so right now I have one row I'm creating. This row I'm creating, from this list. Whenever from this list there is a student is present, I'll be making that student as a row. Okay, so all the data that I'm fetching from my student, there will be some columns. So one row will be created here, and ID will be a column, name will be a column, mobile will be a column, and country will be a column. Let me refresh it. Perfect. So I am getting ID, name, mobile, and country. So first row is appeared perfectly. One, so their mobile is this and country is this. And after that what happened is the second row is here, the third row is here. They all are getting printed in one line. Why is that? Maybe I can move my tr to here, and I can move my td a little. I'll move my td a little. Let me move it, and let me also get this tr below this. Command V. Okay, and let me resize the table. Command S. Let me refresh it. Boom. Okay, this is what I want. Okay, I'm able to display it in a tabular format, which is looking really good. And maybe I will do what? Let me remove the border. Let me have the border for now. I'll also do what? I will align this guy. How to align it? I'll align the table. I want to align. Okay, I cannot align. So I'll do one thing. I'll put these things inside a div. Maybe I'll be putting the whole thing inside. I can put this thing. I can put this thing inside a div. So div, this div, and I will end this div just right here after the table. So all this content which is there inside the div, okay, this content, let me hit tab so that it will move here. So these contents are here inside my div, isn't it? So I will align this div to center. There we go. Do a refresh and boom. Now this is how our web page looks like just right now. If I'll go here, this is the final look. Okay. All right. So it looks really good right now. I'm able to paste the data from the database, and I'm able to print it just right in front of you as a tabular format. So my fetch operation, my select operation is done, and I'm well able to do it. Okay. But what about if I want to add a new record here? How I'm going to do that? How I am going to tell my user, let's say this particular application is going to be used by my, let's say my team member, the guy who is managing the work for me, let's say, if he is going to use this app. Now I need to give a add button here, isn't it? So that he can click on add, and so that he will get a form, and he will insert the data for the student. And once he do submit, that record will be just right here. That add button we have to give for insertion of a new student, just like the way I have told you in my wireframe. Where is that? If I'll go here, I told you that. Okay, so if somebody is going to click on this add button right now, he should get a form like this so that he can insert the data. He can keep on inserting the data, and once he hit the add, once he submit the page, that record should be added here, okay, inside the list. So how we are going to do that? Okay, so that thing is coming up next.